Check, check, check. Mic check. There we go.
Test, test.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, want to welcome everybody to the 2025 Laramie County Fair, FFA Market Goat Showmanship. We appreciate you guys coming out today. Here in a couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday nights, we're going to fill the bleachers for football games. We're here right now with some of America's finest, and we expect and hope that you will put your hands together and give these fine young men and women a round of applause when the judge asks for it. Let's go and let's show right now here at the Laramie County Fair. I'd like to take a minute here to introduce our judge, Kobe Fry. He's from Upper Sandusky, Ohio, where he and his family raise competitive show goats as part of a diversified agricultural operation. After high school, Kobe continued his livestock judging career at Black Hawk East before transferring to Western Illinois University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in agricultural science. Today, Kobe is returning to Western Illinois University as an assistant livestock judging coach while pursuing his MBA. Thank you for being part of the Laramie County Fair.
be starting the ultrasound contest. We are going to go in the opposite direction of what we did for weigh-in. So we will be starting on the east row on the north side of the dirt barn. East row, north side of the dirt barn. You guys are going to be first up. Bring your weigh-in sheets with you. Beef exhibitors, we are ready for the second row or middle row in the dirt barn on the north side.
Well, as we get out here, we decided to only make it one heat of showmanship, so I decided to take a little more time and really study on them. And there's some personal preference things and some give and take amongst the top 5 out here. Young lady up front, in my opinion, I never got a bad view of this goat the entire time it came out of the ring. Or came into the ring, even when she was leading the pack. Coming around here, there was a time where it wanted to fight her just as shade, but past that, I did an incredible job getting that goat to motor, go around, and from the side, that goat is stuck at all times. I go in to handle it. It doesn't move, and that was the biggest separation between 1 and 2 for me, is when I go in and handle them. Young lady with the paint goat, that thing never moved, total statue. Young lady in second can get more drive and just push out of that goat. I like your hand placement and how you get that goat's head cranked back over the top side of his shoulder. I wish in a tough setting, I wish that goat would just kind of settle down a little more when I go in to handle him. Wants to back out just a shade for you. Young lady here in third, I don't care how old you are. I know there's probably some differences out here in just time you spent in the ring. That doe's starting to want to fight you a little bit more right now, but you did an incredible job getting that goat to move around the ring, head up. When we get that thing stuck and from the side, did an awesome job there. Young lady in fourth, kind of same situation. That goat's starting to get a little wore out. Probably hit me the hardest initially out of the gate, and the way you can get that goat to control and maneuver around your body. A view like this right here certainly resonates. I just wish maybe that goat would settle down and just drive for you just a little better when we get off to the side of him. But a very nice job to be fourth in a tough set. Young man that's going to round out our top 5. Hey, I understand that goat's probably just not the perfect showmanship goat. He's just a little off behind his shoulder and a little straight from behind, so I can understand that makes things a little bit more of a challenge, but you're like a statue at all times. There's maybe moments where I wish we had a little bit more intensity, but doing an incredible job there. And then the rest of them, I thought one of the deepest sets of showmen that I've had the opportunity to evaluate this year, doing a nice job. Just some little things like hand placement, just making sure our feet are square at all times. It separated them, but a really good set. Go ahead and congratulate all of them.
All right, for those of you guys that need, they're going to be starting a sale meeting over in the classroom here in 5 minutes. Sale meeting in the classroom in 5 minutes. All right, Market Goats FFA, Class 1, Ainsley Halligan, Tegan Turner, Cooper Sanchez, Aaron Brennick, Devin Graham, Jack Thomas, and Cale Breton. Get ready to report Class 1.
Just those two. 2 and 3 with Aaron. Okay. 6 is Callie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, results from your FFA Goat Showmanship. In 6th, Callie Rosner. 5th, Cooper Sanchez. 4th, Kimber Allen. In 3rd place, Aaron Brennick. Reserve goes to Taya Thompson. And your champion, Grace Baumgartner. Go ahead and give those kids a round of applause. A reminder, all top 10 FFA. If you are in the top 10, please make sure you get a picture in official dress at the backdrop with your animal. If you are in the top 10 for FFA, please get a picture at the backdrop with your animal. And speaking of pictures, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Shots Photography is here once again. They're going to be taking some sweet action photos of all the participants. Pictures are available immediately after each show. They offer some customized pictures with your name and different things that they can do, collages. Their booth is located in the lobby. So please, please, please go see our friends at Hot Shots Photography. And once again, we're going to encourage everyone to attend the FFA Sale of Champions this Friday at 7 p.m. New location. We're moving everything over to Cheyenne Frontier Days headquarters. It's going to be a great new addition to the Laramie County Fair for our FFA sale. And then right there on Saturday here, we're going to have the Laramie County 4-H livestock sale starting at 9 a.m. this Saturday the 9th. Make sure to pack the house and support all of these amazing young men and women for the efforts they've put in. Get a little bit of a break here. We want to thank our buckle sponsors. We have our FFA Showman buckles sponsored by Whether or Not Boar Goats. Our champion 4-H senior market goat showman is the Hubbard family. Champion 4-H intermediate market goat showman John Watkins with Coldwell Banker, the Property Exchange. Champion 4-H junior market goat showman Boots on the Ground Production. And our overall grand champion market goat, the Burkett family and Burkett Show Pigs. Grace Baumgartner, please report to the staging area. Grace Baumgartner, please report to the staging area.
Well, we get out here in the first class, the FFA show. I think we got a top 5 to be proud of, but the initial pair offer some sort. There's definitely some differences between the pair of them. In my opinion, this predominantly red one up front, that thing is really big and expansive right out of the backside of his blade. When you study him up front, he's actually a nickel wider and square at the base of his chest. Hey, I don't think he's just perfect at the edge of his loin. Wants to overdrive just a shade, but I think that goat's got the right kind of just silhouette, elevation, and in my opinion, hits me as just the most athletic when we take him into motion. One here in second. This black-headed wether, that thing is flat back, gives you a proportional look. I like that goat's just added spread to the edge of his loin. In my opinion, he's not just quite as descript in his shape over his rack. Kind of wants to get a little steep out of his hip. Correlates as to why, in my opinion, he's just a shot more calculated out of his hip and hind leg. But that one's got an immense amount of quality to be second in a tough class. This other predominantly red one in third. You study him up front. That's the big-chested, kind of round-caged one that hits you as being really, really muscular. Kind of as we hit on in showmanship, that goat's just not built good enough for me. But, man, that thing's boxy built and extremely muscular. Just wants to get a shot off behind his blade, too straight off both ends there. Young lady that's going to be fourth did a nice job in showmanship, and I think this blonde-headed doe is one that's going to be exciting to take into the fall. Long, skinny neck that ties high out of the top side of her blade. In this given setting, the goat's too closed up down low. Just doesn't facilitate with the same kind of just true bulk or power up high. But hey, that's a lightweight that I see a lot of potential in. This partial red-tailed one that's going to round out our top 5. That goat's good-looking, tall-shouldered, and runs uphill. I think when you start to get into more competitive set of them, that one wants to get pretty closed up at the surface. Just doesn't hit me as having the same kind of just genuine body shape or density as skeleton, but a really nice set of goats. Go ahead and give them a nice round of applause.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Results from Class 1. In 8th, Ainsley Halligan. In 7th, Jack Thomas. 6th, Devin Graham. 5th, Cale Brenton. 4th, Aaron Brennick. 3rd, Cooper Sanchez. 2nd, Tegan Turner. And in 1st, Tegan Turner. We're going to have the top 3 coming back. Top 3 coming back into the ring right after our second class. All others be on standby.
Visitors, we're ready for the third row on the north side of the beef barn. Third row.
Take a quick minute here, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our Laramie County Fair ambassadors. Phoebe Hinkle, Brody Medina, Caitlin Schnell, and Nevaeh Sloan. These amazing young ladies and gentlemen have been out representing the Laramie County Fair and are doing an amazing job. So if you see them, please give them a round of applause and a firm handshake.
I got a really, really close pair out here of two that I like a lot. I think, though, that the paint hip goat, in my opinion, that one's the most genuine at the surface in terms of his width of chest. I think going away, that goat remains more square and true in his lower skeleton. And I think two heavyweight weathers. This one looks like he's definitely weighing a little more, but I think that goat's actually a shade fresher over the top side of his skeleton. He is huge and massive right at the edge of his loin. And for being a big goat, I still think that he balances in proportions from the side and relatively clean at the base of his neck and still right in his hide. I like a lot of things that one does. One and second, hey, if you want to tell me that goat's probably just a shade taller shouldered, maybe just a little more athletic in his underline, I'd buy that. In my opinion, though, that goat's just got too much skin. I think he gets a little washed out and plain at the edge of his loin, and I wish that goat just had the same kind of density of feature, but hey, that's a really high quality one to go ahead and be second in a tough class. This one here in third, I like this goat when I get my hands on him. A red hawk weather's big and bold over the top side of his loin, and I think still offers a quality look from the side. I think when we take him into motion, getting plenty vertical off both ends of his skeleton, a little short and round out of his hip, all correlates as to why he does what he does when he goes right away from you. This one here in fourth, if you were just going to study him from the side, I'd probably switch the pair. That goat is long-necked, tall-shouldered, runs uphill, awesome in the shape to his knee. I like that goat in motion better. In my opinion, that goat's just too plain about his body shape. I wish he hit me just a little bigger and bolder right at the base of his chest. And this one that's going to round out our top five, got a really nice project here. This goat actually surprises me when I get my hands on him. He's right in the shape and edge to the top side of his rack. And in my opinion, compared to the one in front of him, just doesn't read with the same kind of just elevation or extension. And then the one two spots ahead of it doesn't have just the same kind of bulk or mass, but a nice set of goats. Go ahead and congratulate them.
All right, Class 2. In 8th is Hunter Mulkey. 7th, Ryan Fairheim. In 6th, Kimber Allen. 5th, Kinley Snell. In 4th, Callie Rosner. 3rd, Callie Rosner. In 2nd, Grace Baumgarten. And first is going to go to Taya Thompson.
Nope, you have it written backwards.
Switch that. Taya Thompson, 2. And Grace Baumgartner, I'm going to go 1. All right, here we go. Bringing in first, second, and third from both classes. Should have Cooper Sanchez, Tegan Turner, Grace Baumgartner, Taya Thompson, and Callie Rosner. All right, fourths and fifths, please be on standby. Fourths and fifths.
Well, as we get out here in the champion FFA Market Goat Drive, a lot of quality in between both of the classes we had out here. I think that there's 6 high-quality representations out here. In my opinion, there's 2 of them that got to go together for Grand and Reserve, and then we'll go ahead and get you a sale order to follow. Go ahead and congratulate everybody that's out in the ring right now and soon to be out here.
All right, your grand champion goes to Grace Bumgardner. Your reserve, Taya Thompson. Third overall goes to Callie Rosner. In fourth, Callie Rosner.
Hagen goes 5.
In fifth, Tegan Turner. Sixth place goes to Tegan Turner. Seventh place goes to Kinley Snell. In eighth place, Kimber Allen. Ninth, Cooper Sanchez. And 10th overall is going to go to Aaron Brannick.
Exhibitors for the ultrasound.
Congratulations once again to all of our market goat exhibitors.
Bump out. The bump out. We're going to the east side of the bump out for the ultrasound.
All FFA chapters, get your pen of threes. Rounded up, FFA chapters. Get your pen of threes. Rounded up for our FFA pen of three. Once again, FFA chapter pen of threes. Get your three market goats together and to the staging area. Once again, need our FFA chapter pen of threes. And as we have a quick break in the action, once again, want to invite everyone out to the FFA Sale of Champions this Friday, 7 p.m. at the Cheyenne Frontier Days headquarters. Going to be an amazing experience at a new location, and we're hoping to see all of you guys out there for the FFA Sale of Champions. And then on Saturday, we're going to have our Laramie County 4-H livestock sale right here at the Event Center at Archer at 9 a.m. Make sure you guys come out and support these amazing young showmen with all of their livestock projects. And once again, all exhibitors, especially our FFA members right now, make sure you're getting that picture in front of the backdrop with your animal. Make sure you are all getting in a picture at the backdrop with your animal. And with pictures, we've got Hot Shots Photography here, taking those action shots of all of our show participants. Those pictures are available immediately after each show and can be customized to all your liking. Their booth is located right out here in the lobby. And once again, thanks to our friends, Hot Shots Photography, for being here at the Laramie County Fair. Once again, FFA chapters, get your pen of threes and report. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming into our ring right now is going to be our FFA chapter pen of threes. We've got representatives from Prairie View FFA and the Burns FFA.
Well, as we get out here in the Pen of Three division of the Market Goat Show, we got two representations here. In my opinion, there's a set of three that probably need to win. It's going to be the set up front here, right in front of me. They'll be your champion. The other set will be your reserve. Go ahead and congratulate those 6 individuals.
Once again, that concludes our FFA Market Goat Show. We're going to be taking a 30-minute break and then jumping right into the 4-H Market Goat Show. Once again, all FFA members, please remember, get your picture in front of the backdrop with your animal. Please get your picture in front of the backdrop with your animal. We're on a 30-minute break, and then we're going to go ahead and start with the 4-H Market Goat Show. Oh, here in about 5 minutes, calling all you kids right here in the barn, we're going to have the Laramie County Pie Eating Contest at 3 p.m. over in the exhibit hall, or just to the north here. So everybody, all you kids who are ready to get messy, the 2025 Laramie County Fair Pie Eating Contest is happening here in 5 minutes at the exhibit hall.
Beef exhibitors, reminder, you need your weight slips when you come through ultrasound. You do need your weight slips. Beef exhibitors, in the bump out. We're ready for the west end of the bump out for the ultrasound. Please bring your weight slips.
We are going to start the senior market goat showmanship at 3:30. 4-H Senior Market Goat Showmanship will start in 10 minutes. Senior Market Goat Showmanship, Jack Thomas, Blair Sanchez, Haley Diaz, Farah Hennant, Jaslyn Miller, Reagan Allen, Callie Rosner, Hunter Mulkey, Devin Graham, Ori Buckland Lindgren, Catalina Wolski, Cooper Sanchez. Start making your way towards the holding area.
Last call, beef ultrasound. Last call, beef ultrasound. You'll have 10 minutes to come over. We will close it at 3:33.
Senior market goat showmanship, please make your way to the holding area. Blair Sanchez, you are needed in the holding area.
Beef exhibitors, last call. You've got 2 minutes if you want to do the beef ultrasound. You've got 2 minutes if you want to do the beef ultrasound.
Heat 1, intermediate market goat showmanship. Tegan Durner, Charlie Adams, Annalise Gillespie, Brody Miller, Bryson Walls, Abby Wiley, Kylie Hockup, Kimber Allen, Jocelyn Miller, Aaron Brennick, Kel Breton. Please start making your way to the holding area.
Well, we come out here in the first division of showmanship on the 4-H side, and I think we got a pair of young ladies that do an incredible job. Our winner just takes it to the next level in terms of hand placement, getting that goat to drive up and out, does an incredible job. And then you take that weather into motion, still reads right, gets his head up. And gets them to go around the ring accordingly. An awesome place to start there. Our reserve in this division does a nice job. I like your hand placement as well. There's times, in my opinion, maybe where the goat just gets a little closed up in his chest. Maybe set his front feet apart just a shade wider. Maybe just doesn't drive quite as up and out as our winner, but doing a really nice job there to be second to an incredible showman. One that's going to be third. Young lady does a nice job getting that goat to brace. Right now, not just necessarily the best presentation from the side, but when we had her over there, did a nice job of getting that goat to drive. Maybe at times just start our brace a little exaggerated high in the air, but we get them back down, get all four on the ground, doing a nice job. Young lady that's going to come in fourth here, I like that you read relaxed at all times with this particular goat. There's just maybe some times where I wish we could just raise the intensity just a shade, maybe get a little bit more of a drive out of that goat, but does a nice job of getting them collected and parked from the side. Young man that's going to round out our top five, I like what he does a little better with this particular weather. Remains relaxed. Can keep that goat's feet square at all times. Hey, his hand placement's just a little off. Wants to get just a little lazy on his head. But I thought amongst the set we had out here, did a really nice job getting that goat to lead around the ring and doing the fundamentals right. But a good set of showmen. Go ahead and congratulate all of them.
Charlie Adams, you are needed in the holding area. Results for senior market goat showmanship. First, Reagan Allen. Second, Callie Rosner. Third, Ori Buckland Lindgren. Fourth, Catalina Wolski. Fifth, Hunter Mulkey. Sixth, Devin Graham. Seventh, Haley Diaz. Eighth, Jaslyn Miller. Ninth, Jack Thomas. And 10th, Farah Hennant. We would like to thank the Hubbard family for sponsoring the 4-H Senior Market Goat Showmanship Buckle. Intermediate Market Goat Showmanship, Heat 2, Kenrick Landers, Druss Ratcliffe, Grace Bays, Taya Thompson, Ainsley Halligan, Madison Gordamaker, Hunter Gordamaker, Briley Snell, Kinley Snell, Jacob Walter, Grace Baumgartner. Please make your way to the holding area. Taya Thompson, you are needed in the holding area.
Well, we get out here in the first heat of intermediate showmanship. I'm going to go ahead and keep the set of them over here back towards the pens. Doing a really nice job. We'll go ahead and study on those just a little bit more when we get done with the second heat here shortly. I got a set to my left that did a very nice job in their own right. There was maybe just times where the goat wanted to fight them, wanted to get up, kind of jump around just a shade. A little bit of hand placement, just personal preference, things that sorted them. But a really nice set. Go ahead and put your hands together for them.
Coming back from Heat 1 for the final drive is Tegan Durner, Abby Wiley, Kimber Allen, Aaron Brennick, and Kel Breton.
Well, we come out here on our second heat, intermediate showman. I think we got a handful of them over here that do an absolute incredible job. A couple of them in particular. It'll be interesting to see how they shake back into the mix here in a minute. Set to my left here did a really nice job in the run right. There's just times where I wish maybe we'd shorten some of them up, maybe try to get around them just a little bit more to get a better drive out of them. And when I go in front of them, I want to see a chest view. I want to see you get off of them and kind of show off their chest. But a lot of you guys are doing a nice job at being relaxed and can get the goats feet set up square. There's just some small things that we got to work on, just making sure the goat's driving into us. But a nice set of showmen. Go ahead and congratulate all of them out here.
Coming back for the final drive in the intermediate showmanship is Dress Ratcliffe, Taya Thompson, Briley Snell, Kinley Snell, Grace Bumgartner. Junior Market Goat Showmanship, Lance Winkler, Juliet Mulhern, Sage Durner, Avery Adams, Quincy Landers, Ethan Breton, Draken Ratcliffe. Please start making your way to the holding area. If there is anyone interested in doing Pee Wee showmanship, that will be after the Junior Market Goat Showmanship. We would like to thank John Watkins with Coldwell Banker, the Property Exchange, for sponsoring the 4-H Intermediate Market Goat Showmanship Buckle.
Really strong set of 4-H showmen out here. A few of them we've seen before previously in the FFA side, and we got them on different goats. So some different things are going to happen. I think our young lady that's going to win does the best job when we take them into motion, can get that goat to trot around the ring, reads with just an arrogant look and presence, yet still can get that goat to proportion, drive up and out into her from the side. There's maybe times that goat just doesn't want to stay put when I go get my hands on him, but doing a really exceptional job there to go ahead and start us off. Young lady in second. I wish this goat would move a little better. When we came out, that goat moved around a lot better than he did towards the end. When I walked him that last time, that goat just didn't want to get out and go necessarily quite as well as our winner. And that's what separated him, in my opinion, because you do an awesome job when that goat's just parked and from the side. Heavier weight weather that might be a little bit more just difficult to handle, but doing a really nice job to be second in this division. Young lady in third might be just as intense as our winner as any of them. I like that goat when you can get him parked and from the side. There's times, though, where that goat just doesn't want to stay put just quite as well as the two ahead of him, but doing a really nice job of getting that goat to drive and get a good push out of him. I wish maybe just fight the chain just a little less in motion, but doing a nice job there. Like the intensity. Young lady that's going to be fourth. I like you from the side. Probably the calmest and just most collected showman we have out here. And I think there's times, though, where that works to your disadvantage just a shade. Because over there against the Pens, that we had a leg off on that weather. I mean, it wasn't just a huge detail, but that back leg was off just a little bit. And there's times where I wish maybe we could get a little bit more of a drive out of the goat from the side. Maybe let him read just a little more athletic up front. But I like how you can get him just to stop, plant, and stay still throughout the duration. Young lady that's going to be fifth does a nice job here. Gets that goat just to stay parked and stay collected. There's times, like right now, I wish we could square up our hind two just a little bit in order to make that goat just look a little wider and square from behind. Just can't necessarily get the same kind of just brace out of that goat. But does a nice job of just getting that thing to stay parked and put from the side. Really high quality set of showmen. Go ahead and congratulate all of them that made it back out of here, out of their heat.
Junior Market Goat Showmanship, Lance Winkler, Juliet Mulhern, Sage Durner, Avery Adams, Quincy Landers, Ethan Breton, and Draken Ratcliffe. Any Pee Wee showmanship, please make your way to the holding area. Results for intermediate market goat showmanship. First place, Taya Thompson. Second place, Grace Baumgartner. Third place, Tegan Durner. Fourth place, Kinley Snell. Fifth place, Abby Wiley. Sixth place, Kimber Allen. Seventh place, Briley Snell. Eighth place, Kel Breton. Ninth place, Aaron Brennick. And 10th place, Druss Ratcliffe. We would like to thank Boots on the Ground Productions for sponsoring the 4-H Junior Market Goat Showmanship Buckle. This is a last call for any Pee-wee showmen. Please make your way to the holding area.
Well, we got a really good set of juniors out here that are really competitive, and there's some close things that sort them, but I'm pretty confident when I land on our class winner. Young man does an exceptional job of getting that goat to actually brace and drive into him. I like his hand placement. He can get that goat's head and neck cranked back over the top side of his shoulder. Does a nice job of paying attention to detail and make sure his goat is presented the best of his ability at all times. Young man in seconds, probably just a little more relaxed. Does a nice job when it comes to getting that weather in motion. I wish maybe we could place our hands a little different, but I think part of that's still being young and immature and maybe not being able to just handle that goat's head just perfectly. Maybe though when we go down the road a little bit, maybe get off, take our left hand off the chain and position it to the left side of that goat's head. But you do a nice job getting that goat to trot around the ring and look the part from the side. Young man that's going to be third, I really like just that she came out of the gate really calm, gets that goat to look just dead level from the side. I wish maybe we could get our other leg into him, our left leg. I don't just love our right leg being the one that's into him and facing me with your shoulders open like that. But I think in terms of just getting that goat to go around the ring, stop and plant for you, doing a really nice job there. A young man here showing a predominantly red one that's going to go ahead and be fourth. I like how relaxed, like the one ahead of him is. He can get that goat kind of just stay there, stay put. At the same time, though, I wish we could just raise up the intensity a little bit, get that goat to push into us, level him out behind his shoulder, because I really don't think that goat's that off behind his blade. I think, though, he just needs something to just push up into, make him look a little leveler from the side. Young lady that's going to be fifth, showing the solid red one, doing a nice job. Maybe a little bit more intense than the young man in front of you. Over there, though, on the side, I wish that goat would have just cooperated just a little better. And when we tried to get into him, he kind of wanted to sidewind around on you. But you're doing a really nice job, and I like your hand placement. It's got a bright future ahead. Young lady that's going to round us out, doing a nice job with her project. I just wish maybe we could get that goat to stand still and kind of just collect himself just a little bit better for you. But, man, that's a competitive set of juniors. Go ahead and congratulate all of them.
Class 1 does, Avery Adams, Kenrick Landers, Annalise Gillespie, Kylie Hockup, Jaslyn Miller, Lance Winkler. Please start making your way to the holding area. We would like to encourage everyone to attend the FFA Sale of Champions at 7 p.m. on Friday the 8th at Cheyenne Frontier Days headquarters, and the Laramie County 4-H Livestock Sale at 9 a.m. on Saturday the 9th here at the Event Center at Archer. Please come out and support our youth and all their hard work.
Pee Wee showmanship's always a lot of fun, and I think the future's bright within your county. I got a set of young people over here that some of them are taking it just a shade more serious than others, and some of them look like they're having an incredible time still. It's always a lot of fun to get out here and work with the even younger people than what we've been sorting through before. All of them are doing a really nice job. Go ahead and show all these exhibitors a nice round of applause.
Last call for Class 1 does. Avery Adams, Kenrick Landers, Annalise Gillespie, Kylie Hockup, Jaslyn Miller, and Lance Winkler. Class 1 does. Annalise Gillespie, you are needed in the holding area. Class 2 does. Grace Baumgartner, Reagan Allen, Madison Gordamaker, and Hunter Gordamaker, please start making your way to the holding area.
Well, as we get out here in the first class of the doe show, we got a lot of different just shapes, sizes, and variations. The minute the young man's black-headed doe came in, I thought we found her a class winner. She's got the right kind of density of feature and skeleton, probably the roundest about her body shape. And still handles with the right kind of muscularity and spread up high. Hey, I'm not going to tell you she's just perfect build off either end, but I think amongst the set of them, she's the most genuine, the biggest chest, and the roundest caged. Got a nice one there to start. Young lady here in second, that one's definitely longer neck, taller shouldered, and remains more relaxed about her spine. In my opinion, that one just can't keep up in terms of chest width and body shape. I wish she just had a little more in terms of feature at the surface, but a really extended kind of quality built one to go ahead and be second. One and third kind of replicates the one that we got in second. I like this one's hide quality just a shade better. That goat's long-necked, reads proportional from the side, really athletic in motion. In my opinion, that one's given up too much over the top side of her skeleton. That doe just doesn't read as having the same kind of body shape as either of the two ahead of her. Got one here in fourth. Young lady's doing a nice job with. That goat just doesn't read with the same kind of just strength down low. I wish I could open her up going away, but that's another one. That's got a nice silhouette from the side. Young lady showing the paint here in front of me is doing a nice job. That goat might be a little more moderate in terms of her skeleton. Got a little more just shape to her stifle. At the same time, though, she's just not quite as comfortable off both ends, and I just wish she balanced a little bit better behind her blade. Young lady's doing an awesome job with her, though. Young man that's going to round us out with kind of a sandy-colored paint, doing a nice job getting that doe set up from the side. I just wish there was a little more there. Probably just a gauge narrower off both ends, but a quality set of them. Go ahead and congratulate them.
Class 1 doe results. First place, Lance Winkler. Second place, Jaslyn Miller. Third place, Annalise Gillespie. Fourth place, Kylie Hockup. Fifth place, Avery Adams. And sixth place, Kenrick Landers. Lance Winkler and Jaslyn Miller, you will be coming back for a champion drive.
Got a really high-end pair of does to sort through in this particular class. I think our class winner, though, is the freshest handling, biggest edged goat we've handled all day. She's got the right kind of just muscularity matched with some feature down low. And I think for being a legit power goat, I think that one can still prop up and give you a proportional look from the side. Hey, she's not just the neatest about her blade, but I think in this set, that one's got just the right kind of body shape, right kind of just width and squareness when they go right away. A really nice place to start. Young lady that's going to be second. Off to the side, I like that goat's look of quality, elevation, and extension. That does dead level in her spine and runs uphill. At the same time, though, for me, that one just doesn't read with the same kind of density of feature, not just as stout in terms of her skull, and I wish she read with the same kind of body shape. But hey, you want to talk about one that's got the right kind of look, lines, and elevation, that one sure got them. Blonde-headed one that's going to be third. I think that this doe's got a lot of just visual frame size, elevation, and extension. Got some feature down low. I think compared back to two really nice ones, that doe's just getting a little too steep about her hip. Just doesn't hit me as being as fresh out of the backside of her blade. And the young man that's going to round us out with the red flag doe, I think that one is another one that's got some visual frame size. Young man's done a nice job feeding on that one. I just wish maybe she read with the same kind of just athletic look from the side, starting to get pretty just plain at the edge of her body wall there. But a really nice set of four. Go ahead and congratulate all of them.
Class 2 doe results. First place, Grace Baumgartner. Second place, Reagan Allen. Third place, Madison Gordemaker. And fourth place, Hunter Gordemaker. Grace and Reagan, you will be coming back for champion drive. Please remember that each member that is selling an animal must have a picture taken today. No pictures will be taken on sale day. Underweight market goats, Oakley Burson, Bryson Walls, Charlie Adams, and Druss Ratcliffe. Please start making your way to the holding area.
Well, we got four high-quality ones to sort through in the Champion Doe Drive. And in my opinion, the two that came out of the first class, really, really nice in their own regard. Maybe just not just the same kind of just look and proportions from the side, or the same kind of just muscularity and shape. Hey, the two out of the second class, polar opposite in terms of type and kind. But in my opinion, those two got to stay together. Two out of the last class will be your champion in reserve.
And your overall champion doe goes to Grace Baumgartner. And your reserve champion doe goes to Reagan Allen. Lightweight Class 1 Market Goats, Oakley Burson, Grace Bays, Aaron Brennick, Jocelyn Miller, Kel Breton, Ori Buckland Lindgren, Cooper Sanchez, Oakley Burson, and Tegan Durner. Please start making your way to the holding area.
Got a nice way to start off our 4-H weather show, and I think our class winner here amongst the sets, the widest skeleton and the biggest going away, and I think when you get your hands on him, is roundest about the upper portion of his rib cage, all correlates as to why he's probably just the biggest and boldest over the top side of his skeleton. Hey, maybe you want to give him just a shot more feature. I just think amongst this set, the widest skeleton and roundest cage one's going to start. One here in second, a predominantly black weather. That one reads with a little bit more, maybe just extension up front. That one's tight-hided and actually got some shape and crease out of the backside of her blade. Maybe take him into motion and get in behind him. That one wants to come together at the base of her chest. Just doesn't hit me as having the same kind of width to her upper hip or pin. One here in third. Young man's doing a nice job. That goes long-bodied and extended. Actually got some shape up high. I think in relation to the one directly ahead of it, that goat might actually be just a little flatter in his lower body shape. Maybe just a shade steep out of the backside of his hip. I wish maybe that goat would read just a little stronger in his chest view, but a nice project there. Young lady that's going to go ahead and be fourth. Got a nice project here. The goat's got some width from behind in terms of width from hock to hock. Got some shape over the top side of her skeleton. Just doesn't have the same kind of body shape, same kind of foot size or just feature. Young lady that's going to round us out. Kind of a similar story to a pair of them that look certainly like they could be related. That one's got some added extension maybe up front. At the same time, though, get your hands on her. Just doesn't read with the same kind of just muscularity or just with the skeleton. But a nice Class 1. Go ahead and congratulate all of them.
Underweight market goat results. First place, Dress Ratcliffe. Second place, Charlie Adams. Third place, Bryson Walls. Fourth place, Oakley Burson. And fifth place, Oakley Burson. Medium weight class 1, Devin Graham, Charlie Adams, Juliet Mulhern, Draken Ratcliffe, Bo Davis, Avery Adams, Briley Snell, Sage Durner, and Jack Thomas. Please start making your way to the holding area. Medium weight class 1, Avery Adams, you are needed in the holding area.
Well, we got some variation amongst the set of goats in this next class. I think our class winner just does the best job of reading with the right kind of proportions from the side. That weather's good in his shape. I like the quality to his skin and hide. That goat's got some just width, the skeleton, and spread going away. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I wish I could change him in his spine when you take him into motion. Kind of wants to get up just in the middle portion of his back, but a nice place to lead off there. This goat in second, that one surprised me the most when I got my hands on her. That goat's actually big, right at the edge of her rack, and has a big, just square shape to her loin. Hey, I wish that doe maybe would just drive just a little bit harder for you so I could get maybe just a little better grasp on her. Kind of makes her just want to drop out in her chest there, but that's one that's probably got the next most just in terms of muscularity and with the skeleton. Red-tailed one that's going to be third. That weather's up and out, got some extension, got a little more frame size than the rest of them out here. At the same time, though, I wish that goat would just hold his spine down just a shade better. Wants to close up just a little bit when you take him right away, but a really extended one to go ahead and be third. This one here in fourth, if you just studied him from above, he'd like that one. Got some width right out of the back side of his blade. At the same time, though, I wish he had a little more just shape and turn to his twist and stifle. That goat's just getting a little small and just fragile at the surface for me, but a really nice one to be fourth there. This one that's going to round out our top five. This goat's probably the most interesting amongst the five that we had out here up front. That goat's moderate, wide skeleton and got some turn to his upper cage. And I think in relation to his frame size, probably just has the most in terms of muscularity and spread. For me, that goat's too loose about his hide. I wish he just proportioned and balanced a little better. That's one that I think his best days would be ahead of him. Nice set of goats. Go ahead and put your hands together for all the young people out here.
Lightweight Class 1 results. First place, Tegan Derner. Second place, Jocelyn Miller. Third place, Ori Buckland Lindgren. Fourth place, Kel Breton. Fifth place, Aaron Brennick. And sixth place, Grace Bays. Heavyweight Class 1, Kimber Allen, Callie Rosner, Kinley Snell, Jacob Walter, Taya Thompson, Haley Diaz, Reagan Allen, Lance Winkler, Kylie Hockup. Please start making your way to the holding area. This is the last call for heavyweight class 1.
Well, we got a really fun set to work through here. I think the top pair, in my opinion, are really, really close. Definitely some big differences between the two of them. I think our class winner, though, is just the biggest and densest about his feature. Shade better behind his blade. I really like that go when you take him into motion. I think he just reads just a shade more athletic off both ends of his skeleton. Hey, I want to tell you, I think just in terms of mass and spread up high, it's probably about a wash between the pair of them. I actually like the goat that wins edge and just touch right behind his blade, just a shade better. A really nice place to start. 1 and 2nd, I'll tell you, that one's a little boxier built, a little more moderate, a little rounder in terms of his cage and forerib. That goat to me, though, just doesn't read as elevated or as good looking up front. But I think when you get in behind him, that one's got a little more just width to his upper pin and hip. Just maybe not just the same kind of proportions from the side, but a nice one to be second there. We got a really nice team effort here in third. I think that goat reads really extended up front. And you take him in motion and actually study on him. That's probably my second favorite one in terms of the way he's assembled. At the same time, though, that goat's probably just not as big or as wide, and his lower skeleton or correlates to why maybe he's just not as big or bulky up high. Got one coming out here on fourth. Young man in fourth here doing a really nice job with this predominantly red one. Did a nice job in showmanship. That goat's got some density, a feature, and got some width from behind, in my opinion. That one just doesn't balance or proportion good enough from the side. I'd maybe like to just sink his chine bone in behind his blade just a little bit more, but the young man's doing a nice job. This one's that's gonna round out our top 5. That goat's actually got a lot of just elevation and extension up front, probably a little bigger and square at the edge of his loin than the one that directly precedes him. At the same time, though, I need to change that goat in terms of his hide quality. I wish I could open him up right out of the backside of his blade, maybe just level him out in that regard as well. But a nice set of goats. Go ahead and congratulate everyone that made it out here.
Medium weight class 1 results. First place, Sage Durner. Second place, Briley Snell. Third place, Bo Davis. Fourth place, Draken Ratcliffe. Fifth place, Devin Graham. And sixth place, Avery Adams. Heavyweight class 2, please start making your way to the holding area. Farrah Hennett, Ethan Breton, Brody Miller, Catalina Wolski, Brody Miller, Hunter Mulkey, Grace Baumgartner, and Ainsley Halligan.
We got three high quality, very different ones to go ahead and discuss between this initial trio. I think our class winner, I hate to say it, is probably just the totals animal we got out here. In my opinion, that one's probably the second just densest and biggest about his feature. But what propels him, in my opinion, in this particular class is that goat's the roundest caged, the most genuine at the surface, and probably the biggest and just most expansive behind his blade. I'll be the first to tell you, I just don't love that goat's loin edge. Kind of wants to come together and when he ties into his hip. But that goat from the side still proportions and gives you an athletic, high-quality look. Got a massive just shape and drop to his twist and stifle. This one here in second, probably the best presented head of livestock I've seen all day. Super up and out, elevated and extended. I love him through the front portion of his skeleton. In my opinion, for me today, getting behind him, I just need more width and just spread to that one. He wants to get just a shade flat in his lower body. But hey, that's the biggest legged, longest necked one he got out here. Young lady does an incredible job showing him. The one in third here, that goat's a moderate frame, dense skeleton, and got some just width in between his chest. In my opinion, when you get him into motion and just study him from behind, that goat's probably becomes the steepest out of his hip of the initial trio, probably the lowest set about his shoulder. But I think he still balances with a quality look from the side. In my opinion, in relation to the rest of his body, he's probably just the thickest at the base of his neck. And I wish I could drop him down right at the seat of his pants, give him a little bit more just shape in through his twist. But hey, that's a really high quality one to be third in a tough class. One coming out here in four. Hey, that goat's similar speed to the one directly ahead of him. A little lower shouldered, but wide, stout, and chunky. I think that goat's a little just vertical out of his hind leg. Getting behind him wants to come together to his hip and pin, but a really high quality one there to be fourth. Young man that's going to round out our top five does so by probably being the next best. Just in terms of freshness and shape up high, I want to tell you that goes just a little low set in his sternum and the base of his chest. But that's one that I still think can give you a quality look from the side. The rest of them down the line, certainly high quality. Probably the deepest class that we've had so far today. Nice set of goats and an insanely high quality showman. Go ahead and give them a nice round of applause.
Heavyweight Class 1 results. First place, Taya Thompson. Second place, Reagan Allen. Third place, Callie Rosner. Fourth place, Kinley Snell. Fifth place, Lance Winkler. And sixth place, Kylie Hockup. First and second, Taya Thompson and Reagan Allen. You will need to come back for overall heavyweight.
Well, as we get out here in the last class of heavyweights, we got an intimidating class winner to start with. That goat up front. Hits you as being 8 foot wide, round caged, and extremely muscular. He does all those things. That goat's giant-legged, by some margin the biggest and widest when you get in behind him. And for being kind of a big, mature-looking one, still fresh and right in terms of his handle. Hey, I'm not going to tell you, I just love the way that goat's built. A little short and quick out of his hip. Studying him in motion. I wish maybe I could relax him and the angle to his blade a shade, getting a little just coarse at the base of his neck there. But that's one amongst the sets. The roundest cage, widest skeleton, and still from the side, the young lady can get him to read proportional. 1 and second. I actually really like this goat when I get my hands on him. Big and square over his rack. Got the right kind of just shape and drop to his twist and stifle. I just wish maybe that goat would collect himself a little better from the side. Wants to look just a little concave right out of the back side of his shoulder. I wish that goat just could balance in proportion with the same kind of look from the side. But I actually like that one's hind leg just a shade better in motion. The young man that's going to be third's doing an awesome job out here showing this weather. That goat is long-necked, tall shoulder, dead level over his spine. When you get in behind him, though, I got a little bit of a beef with him. That goat wants to close up in his lower skeleton and over the top side. I just don't think he reads with this, just the same kind of three-dimensional spread. That's a really high-quality one to be third. Goat coming out next and fourth. That goat might have a little more just in terms of shape to his lower glute and stifle. I think he's got some elevation and extension up front. Just for me in particular, though, I need to see him bigger and bolder out of the backside of his blade. Kind of wanting to read just a little stale and upright about his chine, but a high-quality one there. Got one that's going to round out our top five. A little bigger framed goat amongst the set of them we got out here. All correlates as to why. He's got a little bit more just extension, and I like that goat when he goes into motion. It's just when we get him parked and from beside, you get a three-quarter view of him. I just don't read the same kind of body shape in that weather. I just wish I could open him up in his upper hip and pin, but another quality representation there. Go ahead and put your hands together for everybody in this class.
Heavyweight Class 2 results. First place, Grace Baumgartner. Second place, Brody Miller. Third place, Ethan Breton. Fourth place, Farrah Hinnant. Fifth place, Brody Miller. And sixth place, Hunter Mulkey. Grace and Brody, you will be coming back for overall heavyweight. We will need all first and second place back for overall. For those, Grace Baumgartner and Reagan Allen. For lightweight, Class 1, Tegan Derner and Jocelyn Miller. For medium weight, Class 1, Sage Derner and Briley Snell. All first and second class winners for does, lightweight, medium weight, please start making your way to the holding area.
I'll be honest with you. It's between both of our class winners for champion and reserve out here in this division, and I think it's really, really close. I think the one out of the first class, I think that goat's a little longer necked, a little taller shouldered, probably just a little bit more 12 o'clock in my opinion. I like him just in the angle and set to his hind leg. You square him about his hock from behind, and I think Reed's just a little more athletic up through the front portion of his skeleton. Hey, I'll be the first to tell you though. That goat, in my opinion, doesn't sniff the one behind him in terms of just having the same kind of just mass and muscularity. But at the same time, though, I read that goat as just being a little bit more immature and through his look up front, I think which correlates to being just a shade fresher about his shape. This one behind him, hey, that's probably the widest and just the stoutest animal we've seen all day. I think that thing is absolutely massive in his twist and stifle, huge and pried apart over the top side of his skeleton. I think it all comes down to just where you sit on him in terms of the base of his chest and his hind leg when he goes away and studied from the side in motion. That goes just a shade in about his hock, and I wish he just was a little more athletic on the go. But I think it's between those two, and it's really, really close in my opinion. Go ahead and give these four exhibitors a nice round of applause that made it back out here.
And then we need, or no, we need,
We need all first and second place from lightweight, medium weight, and heavyweight back in the holding area. We will also need first place doe Grace Baumgartner and second place Reagan Allen.
Sorry, this is confusing.
For 4-H Market Goat Champion Drive, we have Grace Baumgartner and Reagan Allen with the does. Lightweight Class 1, we have Tegan Derner and Jocelyn Miller. Medium weight Class 1, we have Sage Derner and Briley Snell. And heavyweight class, we have Grace Baumgartner and Taya Thompson.
We'll go ahead and give everyone out here a nice round of applause. There was a lot of quality to sort through amongst the 4-H show, and I'll kind of go ahead and just describe a little bit on each division winner and a couple second places. I think this one, they came out of the first class. That goat's raw and immature. I think that he looks like the kind that's going to go ahead and feed. That goat's really nice and crisp about his shape. Like we talked about before, though, wants to get a shot off behind his shoulder, kind of messes with his spine, just a shade in motion. But I like that goat's elevation, and I like his look in the front portion of his skeleton. Amongst the front row, this goat's probably just the tallest shoulder and the most extended coming out of the second division. Reads high quality just in terms of his look and lines. That goat's still really athletic as you take him into motion. I think as you start to get critical on him out here, that goat wants to get just a shade closed up in his lower skeleton, maybe not just his round, in through his forerib and in through the center portion of his rib cage. But that's one the young man's doing an awesome job showing. A really good look up front. One we just used to win out of the heavyweights. That one's wide skeleton, round caged and giant over the top side of his skeleton. Probably just the biggest and densest about his feature out of anything we got out here. Like we talked about before, just a little calculated in motion, just a little lower set in his shoulder. The one that was just reserved to him, like we said before, that goat maybe just proportioned a shade better from the side. Quality in terms of his look and lines. I just don't love that goat right at the edge of his loin. Wants to get maybe just a shot easy over the in through his spine when you get off of him. But another high quality one there that was out of a tough division. Then we got our champion doe, and I think that this one also comes into contention because that goat's round cage, got a nice just shape and drop to her twist and stifle. really fresh and hydrated in terms of her shape up high. I think long term, though, that one's just getting a little steep out of her hip, maybe a little longer just in the length to her blade. I wish I could just rock back her neck over the top side of her skeleton just a little differently, but that's another high quality one there. The one that was second to that doe in that division, that one was awesome in terms of her look and lines. Got a really long neck that ties high out of the top side of a smooth shoulder. That doe for me just ran out of feature in relation to her frame size, just not maybe the roundest or the punchiest bodied one out here. But I think that there's a really good set of them. I'll go ahead and get you guys a grand in reserve. Go ahead and congratulate them one more time.
Pin of 2 market goats, please make your way to the holding area.
I don't want to announce them because I have no clue.
Your 4-H overall champion goes to Grace Baumgartner. Reserve, Taya Thompson. 3rd overall, Grace Baumgartner. And 4th overall, Reagan Allen. All pin of 2s, please make your way to the holding area. Pin of 3s, start thinking about it. We'll need grand and reserve from FFA and 4-H for the overall grand drive, which will take place after the pin of 2 and pin of 3 classes. This is the last call for 4-H pin of 2 market goats. Pin of 3, this is also your last call. Please make your way to the holding area.
We got two quality entries for the pennant two out here. I'll go ahead and kind of just describe them. The one in the front, this pair, those goats are a little bigger outlined, a little bigger framed, in my opinion, in relation to the other set. I think that they're still ample in terms of muscularity. Got the right kind of feature, both of them do. Maybe just not quite as just out there in terms of their proportions, but a really nice pair that certainly make you get close. The other pair over here between with the doe and the weather, both of those are up and out, wild looking, and I think for still being that neat up front and quality in terms of their build, still come with just the right kind of fresh shape and spread. That set will be your grand, and then this set will be the reserve. Go ahead and congratulate them.
First place for 4-H Pin of 2 Market Goats goes to Reagan Allen, and second place goes to Brody Miller.
Okay, so your club pen of threes is going to be horsing around.
Please remember that each member that is selling an animal in the sale must have a picture taken today. No pictures will be taken on sale day.
This is the last call to get them done. I just said this is your last opportunity to get them taken.
And this is your last opportunity to get pictures taken.
Got another pair out here for the pennant 3 division. I think both sets are very, very nice. I think the set right in front of me here, the front set, a little more moderate kind of speed. Those goats have got some with a skeleton. Talked about them just a little bit before. Yeah, still got some muscle and just spread up high. I think those goats, though, in relation to a couple others out here, maybe just aren't just in the same, like, they just don't read with the same kind of elevation or extension up front, but probably at the same time just a little more moderate, just a little stouter, just a little bulkier in relation to their frame size. We just talked about two of these that were just in the pair. Kind of a heavier weight set in my opinion, a little larger scaled. All three of these could pass as mates from the side. Got the right kind of elevation. Probably just not the wildest, stoutest ones that we got out here, but three really high quality ones. Those three will be your champion, and the three over here will be your reserve. Go ahead and congratulate them.
Your 4-H Club Pin of 3 Market Goats first place goes to Horsin' Around, and second place goes to Clover Club. We need both champion and reserves for FFA and 4-H in the holding area, please. Your FFA grand champion is Grace Baumgartner, and reserve champion is Taya Thompson. And your 4-H grand champion is Grace Baumgartner, and your reserve champion is Taya Thompson.
I'll go ahead and just start off by saying I really appreciated the call and the reach out to come out here and come sort through you guys' Market Goat show. It's unfortunate the judge before couldn't make it, but I stepped up to the plate without hesitation. I'm glad I did so because there's a quality set to work throughout the day. The young people have been absolutely exceptional. I want you guys to go ahead and give them a nice round of applause before I start talking about them any further. I think there's 4 really, really nice ones out here. We're going to go ahead and kind of talk about this paint-sided weather first. I think that goat actually, when he gets his neck back, that thing reads with a quality look up front. He's genuinely wide skeleton, round caged, and massive over the top side of his skeleton. I want to tell you, amongst the set, he's probably just not just the biggest and densest about his feature. I think it's truly impressive, though, for a big goat to still handle his skeleton with that kind of comfort and flex. I think that gives him a distinct advantage out here amongst the set. We talked about the one that was reserved to that one out of the FFA show. Hey, that thing's a little more cranked and tuned up in the front portion of his skeleton. That goat hits you as being proportional, maybe not quite just as mature just in terms of his appearance. My opinion, though, that goat's got a little bit too much skin on the backside of his neck, and I wish maybe he just read actually just a little fresher up high and a little bit of an upgrade in terms of feature. I think would allow him to just balance just a shade better. The one we just used to win the the 4-H show, hey, that's the widest, stoutest, boxiest one out here. In my opinion, when you start talking about using one for grand, I think that one's maybe just a little lower set in his shoulder like we had discussed. I don't think maybe he's just as wild looking from the side, probably not just as square about his hock, but that's one that reads just by having the right kind of just body shape and genuine horsepower to propel himself out of that division. The one that was reserved to him, like we said just a little bit ago, hey, that goat's probably just a little smoother about his lines, a little bit more accurate in his step from behind, but that goat's not just perfect at the edge of his loin. Maybe like to tighten him up just a shade in terms of his hide, but that's one that still hits you as having a really, really high quality look. I'm going to go ahead and look at him just a little bit more. If I do some things, I don't necessarily care which one the showman came out on. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my 2 favorites. Go ahead and give them another nice round of applause.
Your overall grand champion market goat goes to Grace Baumgartner. And your overall reserve champion market goat also goes to Grace Baumgartner. And your third overall market goat goes to Taya Thompson with her 4-H goat. And fourth place overall also goes to Taya Thompson with her FFA goat. That wraps up our 4-H Market Goat Show. Thank you all for coming out and supporting the exhibitors.